it's me, Vicki Marie, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. It keeps getting crazier and crazier, doesn't it? Anyway, so first of all, I'd like to say thank you, say my thank yous. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hopefully liking this video. Don't forget to leave your fingerprint on the like button. Thank you for being a subscriber if you're a subscriber. If you're not, why not? It's free. Please think about subscribing. And special thanks, as always, to my members. Why not consider becoming a member? You can support my channel and join in exclusive live streams and watch either early videos where I put the videos out to the members first, or even exclusive videos, photos, etc., bits and bobs that I put on my members channel. Also, thank you to anyone who sends me who sent me a super chat, bought me a Ko-fi, PayPal me, sent me a nice email, left me a nice message. Thank you everyone who supports my channel in any way, shape or form. And I'd like to say hello. I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat in a moment, but I'd like to say hello to the people who don't join in the chat. Some people don't like to join in the chat. They just watch from home and sort of see what's going on. And also I want to say hello to replay crew. So people who can't watch this while it's live, but maybe will watch it on catch up. I think that's it for that. Now I'll take off my banner and then I'm going to say hello to everybody who's in the chat at the moment. And all of you, thank you for just spending a little bit of time from your day with me. And today's going to be, it's a chit chat. I've got a lot of things to chit chat about, but actually I did record the chit chat earlier. So I'm here, as you can see. I'll be able to join in the chat with you guys. I know some of the things I'm going to say people aren't going to agree with, as always. But, you know, that's what we do, isn't it? We don't have to agree with everything. But I'll be there in the chat with you guys. And but I did record the actual chit chat earlier on today. So if anyone who doesn't know me, if you're coming to my channel for the first time, my name is Vicki Marie. I'm in mainland Spain. Gosh, it was actually chilly tonight. Chilly for the first time. I mean, it's 23 degrees, but God, I can't remember the last time it's been 23 degrees. It felt actually chilly, you know, which obviously it's not chilly, but compared to how hot it has been over the summer, such a relief. I feel like a human being again. When it's so hot, it's really weird. I was thinking about it. Do you think your brain doesn't work properly? Because of course your brain, you know, your brain gets hot or cold, I suppose, just like any other part of your body. And you know, people talk about brain freeze, but maybe it goes the other way as well. When sometimes your brain's so hot, it just doesn't work properly. You can't even think straight. So I feel sort of almost, you know, feel almost normal, not quite normal. I'm never quite normal. Anyway, I'm going to say hello to everyone. I believe Admit was first. Hi, Admit. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Annie. Oh, helping with homework. I remember those days. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore. Hi, David. Hi, Heather. I went for a swim, Heather. I've been for 2 swims. It was freezing. It's brilliant. Hi, Mara. Hi, BF. Lots of hellos going back. Oh, what? Somebody's tried to shoot Trump again. Gosh. Let's have a look at the news. So before, because I've got a video of the chit chat that I did earlier, but Looks like we might have some breaking news. Let's have a look. Gunshots in his vicinity, his campaign says. Donald Trump rushed to safety after gunshots heard near his Florida golf course. Oh, gosh. Let's have a look. It must be breaking news. There's not much information about it yet. Anyway, his campaigner said he's safe after gunshots were reported in his vicinity on Sunday afternoon. No additional details at the moment. Well, apparently he's probably he needs some more popularity because he's just tweeted, well, on his Truth Social or whatever, that's a bit like Twitter, that I hate Taylor Swift. He's tweeted on there. So anyway, yeah. Hi, Maggie. Yeah, I wonder if he'll end up banning guns because everybody seems to be shooting at him at the moment. Anyway, as long as they're okay, I wouldn't like to see him be shot. I wouldn't like to see anybody be shot. But yeah, Heather, well, he's tweeted he hates Taylor Swift, so I think she's not done his popularity rating any good, has she? Anyway, I'm going to put my chit chat on that recorded, but I'm here. I'm going to be chatting with you, and if anything sort of comes up, I can jump in and speak. But I did record a little chit chat earlier when I came back from the pool. I was freezing at the time, so yeah. I'm still not sure why he didn't have his shoes on last time, but anyway, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to put my chit chat on. And I'm recording this chit chat. I'm hoping I will be here with you in person later when I actually do this on the live. But I'm recording it now just so, because I've got all the things written down. I'm ready to talk about them. I'll talk about them now, and then later when I'm on the live, if there's anything I need to add. Yeah, I had a list. I wrote a list of all the things I wanted to talk about as they were coming up, and then, you know, when I was ready to talk about them, I thought, I'm going to do this chat now. I'm going to do this chat now when I came back from the pool, because I had my list. I thought, God, this list will be massive if I wait any longer. I can add it, can't I? So, right, this chit chat. So I thought about it, and I thought there was a few things that I wanted to say, and sometimes it's just better to put it all in one video, you know, instead of doing all separate videos. So first thing I want to say is I've just come back from the swimming pool again, and twice, second time today, I am frozen. Absolutely freezing, which is so good to be cold after all these sort of weeks have been. There's the pool, and there was, when I got there the second time, there was nobody there. It was brilliant. It's a little bit chilly though, but then people did arrive. Too hot, and the pool's been like a warm bath, and it hasn't actually, you know, you've come out the pool. I've come out the pool and it hasn't felt, you know, I haven't felt any cooler. Within half an hour, I haven't felt any cooler than when I first went. Well, I can't say that's what's happened today. Today is the last day. It's not my pool, it's the communal pool, the end of my road. Last day it's open today, 15th of November, and it won't be open again till next summer, June or July time. So I booked in, and it's brilliant. It's a fantastic pool. It's big. It's only €2 for the day, so I can come and go as many times as I want for €2. It's right next to my house practically. It's a literally 1 minute walk from my house, so it's handy. You know, I don't have to go, I don't have to get changed or anything. I just go in my swimming gear. I come back in my swimming gear, get changed here at the house. And it was lovely. And when I actually first got there this afternoon, just now, there was nobody else there. There was only me. It was like I had the whole pool to myself. It was fabulous. And then a few other people came, but I'd more or less finished. And I don't know how they're going to get on, because it's now 7 o'clock here in Spain. I'm frozen. I mean, that's maybe a bit too dramatic, but I am cold, and it literally is the first time I can remember being cold for a long, long time. So it's quite a nice feeling. But something I just want to say about when I go to the pool, and all through the summer I've been thinking this. I've been taking notice, of how you float in the water, and what would happen if you just did suddenly go limp, because of the Nicola Bulley case, and then other cases that were covered of drownings. I'd never even thought about I could never imagine how someone could drown, because it feels like if you are buoyant in the water, it's natural to float, isn't it? I've swam ever since I was a little girl. I don't remember ever not being able to swim. So I can't imagine why people are scared of water, etc. Not anyway. I mean, it's different in the sea because you've got the waves and you've got God knows what's in the water. But in a swimming pool, it's sort of like a bit of a mystery to me why somebody would be scared. But that's, we all have our phobias, don't we? These phobias that I've got that other people wouldn't understand, like heights and things like that. So I've thought about it a lot this summer, because I've been to the pool quite a lot on many occasions. And I've thought about if I just stop moving now, what would happen? And you do definitely tip over. Is that because your head is heavier than the rest of your body? Why is that? Why do you go forward? You definitely go forward. So supposedly you sort of go for, if you were to go unconscious or die, you go forward and your hands hang down. And then apparently you sink to the bottom. But I suppose that's because your lungs would fill with air. Yeah, I bet they've been wondering what the hell I was doing in the pool, because I've been sort of, trying to think like, well, what does happen? Like when you just go limp, like if you're unconscious or if you died, and you do start to go, so I've been trying to sort of go limp. God knows what people, it's a bit surprised the bloody lifeguard didn't jump in and try and rescue me. Because you do start to go forward. It's funny that, isn't it? It must be because your head is heavy, so heavy, is it? Why do you go forward like that? But anyway, so I've been doing all these little experiments in the pool. God, I bet they think I'm mad. Sorry, with water. If you really were drowning. I don't know all the nuts and bolts of it, but it's been intriguing me. And then I noticed today, and literally today has been the only time. So I've been to the pool twice today, once earlier on today and once just now. And it's the only time I've been to the pool this year where it has been cold, where the water's been cold. Now, I wouldn't say it was that cold, but colder than it was. It was like a warm bath before. I don't know what the temperature was of it today, but it was like, as you got in, it was like, and you definitely, when you're swimming, your limbs don't work in the same way as they do when the water is warm. And I was thinking about cold water shock and things that they said, that how your muscles are heavy when the water is cold, and it definitely felt like that. As I was trying to swim, it wasn't as easy and as fluid as how it is when the water's warm. So and as I say, the water wasn't that cold. I don't know how many degrees it is. On my computer at the moment, it's 26 degrees here in Spain, whereas before it was probably 31, 32 degrees. So let's, I've got a shiver actually there. How cold is the water? I'm not sure, but not that cold, not 4 degrees like it would have been, for example, on the day that Nicola Bulley drowned, supposedly, allegedly, as far as we're led to believe. So, is it possible that Nicola got cold water shock if she fell in the water? But the water was so shallow there, wasn't it, in St. Michael? So, anyway, all these things have been going through my head. And I was thinking about it as I got into the water, how cold it was. But, I remember years ago, um, I'm from Manchester. My parents, they had no money. We never went abroad. I didn't go abroad until I was 16, 17 years old. I went away with my friends to Magaluf. Before that, we'd never been abroad. We never went anywhere. In the summer, we always went away in May because it was cheaper. We went to real Prestatyn, these kind of places, North Wales. Sometimes it was holiday camp, sometimes it was a caravan site. And, if I wanted to swim at all, I had to just swim whatever the temperature was. I've swam, I've been the only person in the swimming because I love swimming. So I would swim. It wouldn't matter if it was raining, it wouldn't matter if it was freezing cold. I would be there in the water, even if I was the only person in there. So I'm used to swimming in cold temperatures. I know I've lived in Spain for a long time now. Maybe my blood's changed, I don't know. But, I'm not scared of cold weather or cold water. I quite like it. In fact, I prefer it when it's cold. So how cold would it have been that day? How cold would it have felt? These people go wild swimming. All every day of the year, people go swimming in freezing cold places. Every day of the year at Christmas. Here in Spain, people go to the beach on Christmas Day and go in the sea. And sometimes it is freezing cold on Christmas Day. So I don't know, it's just so hard to say, isn't it? But it's been intriguing me over these couple of months that I've been going to the swimming pool, trying to work out, how would it be if you just sort of, went unconscious? How would your body react? Would you sink to the bottom, etc.? And of course, it's impossible for me to exactly replicate those conditions that there were that, but it's just something I wanted to mention because I find it interesting. So as I've just left the pool now at around about 7 o'clock in the evening, and it really it was cold when I got there at 6 or just after 6, so it was absolutely Baltic. But some people were coming and getting in the water, and I thought, well, they're going to be cold because it really was cold by then because the sun had gone. Where the pool is, normally there's sun on it. So as you get out the pool, it's nice and warm and, it doesn't take you long to dry off, etc. The showers are warm because they've been standing in the sun. But, today it was different. So it's the last day anyway of the pool. So I don't know how those people are going to get on. I hope they don't get pneumonia or anything. But anyway, I just wanted to chat about that. That was one thing that I wanted to chat about. And these circumstances of, what is it like to sort of, I can't imagine how someone can let themselves drown because it would be so uncomfortable for the water to go in your mouth and everything. So, but people do. So there's no point saying how can people do it. People do it all the time. Right, what's the next thing I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about my next door neighbours and what twonks they are, because today they've obviously decided to go out for the day. They left their dog up on the roof, Chester, little Jack Russell, lovely little dog. Left him up there on the roof on his own, and I'm sure I hope he's got water and food up there. I don't know, I can't see the whole roof terrace, I can only see a bit of it. But of course, because we've got fiestas going on, there was bangers going off and my dogs were getting anxious. Chester was crying and I was trying to stroke him over the wall and trying to comfort him. He was cowering behind their air conditioning unit, and just cowering because of the noise and everything. They're absolute twats, my neighbours, sometimes. Honestly, God, I was so angry that because they know it's fiestas. They know that he's going to get anxious up there when this banger's going off. But anyway, I'm sure he's fine now. Maybe he's gone quiet now. He's probably asleep, but I tried to comfort him as much as I could. He's such a cute little dog. He's so lovely. Anyway, they're out for the day, I reckon. Normally when they leave him on the roof, it's because they've gone out for the day. Fair enough. But I leave my dog, well, don't leave my dogs on the roof, but the door to the roof is normally open. So they can go up on the roof if they need to go to the toilet, but they can come in and feel I imagine that Chester felt very exposed up there on the roof. There's nowhere to hide. He could do with a kennel or a cage or something up there, because mine like to go in their cages when they're anxious, or they like to go under the table or something like that, or come for a cuddle, of course. But if I'm not there to give them a cuddle, you can't be with them 24 hours a day, of course. And my dogs have got each other, and normally my son's around if I'm not here. But anyway, that poor little dog, he was very anxious. He, as I say, was cowering behind the air conditioning unit, and I just kept going and giving him a cuddle because I can only just about reach him. But I could reach him enough to give him a little cuddle, comfort him a little bit, and hopefully he's okay now. He's certainly gone quiet now. So I wanted to tell you about that. It all happens at my house, that's for sure. There's always something going on. What else did I want to tell you about before? I wanted to talk about Madeline Soto and Sebastian Rogers. So these are cases that I've been discussing, aren't there? Aren't they? Madeline Soto, of course, 13-year-old girl, allegedly murdered by her stepfather just after her 13th birthday. All the circumstances are coming out now because it's coming up to the trial. There's lots of audio being released from the police. There's lots of documents being released from the police. And, I've covered quite a lot of it extensively. Kissimmee Police Department are sick to death of me, I think, because I'm always sending freedom of information. What do they call them? Freedom of information requests to try and get the latest thing, etc. Anyway, so another lot of audio has come out, and I sent off for that. Now, there's a few things I want to say about this, because how do I I don't get involved in YouTube wars. If YouTube channels are arguing with each other or throwing accusations at each other, I don't get involved in it. And I wasn't even going to comment on this, because as soon as I comment on it, in a way, I'm getting involved in it. And I don't want to get involved in it, but it just makes me so angry that some YouTube channels are accusing other YouTube channels of doing things that they don't know that they've done, or there's no evidence that they've done. And then there's YouTube channels that are, how can I put it, saying that they're the only person entitled to use certain information and this, that, and the other. No, that is not true. And it's also not true. And one of these channels in particular, and I'm not going into names, and this is the last time that I am going to even mention this, because as I say, I don't want to get involved in, and I have no axe to grind with any other YouTube channel. I just care about my YouTube channel. I just get on with what I'm doing. And but sometimes when people are telling lies, it's really difficult. But as I say, no names, but I will say that some YouTube channels that are saying, that God, how can I put this without it actually attacking anybody? I have requested information from YouTube channels before, let's say, and I've been asked to pay $50 for some certain information, which I've not wanted to pay. And I have then written to the police department and got this information free of charge after a YouTube channel has tried to sting me for $50 for this particular information, saying that they paid $2,000 for it or some ridiculous amount, maybe not 2,400 or what, I can't even remember. I've got the email somewhere, but as I say, I'm not going into details of particular YouTube channels. So I know that a lot of these YouTube, and these are big YouTube channels, they're not always telling the truth. And I think there's a little bit of war between themselves as to who, they're accusing other YouTube channels of doing something without any evidence. They're just saying, oh, this happened and that happened. But they're not showing any evidence that it happened. And the other thing that I would say is from things like, because everything I've ever got from the police has not cost me anything. But there was once that they did request, I think it was $75, but that was for not an audio. I've never been charged for an audio. It was for a body cam, and I decided not to take them up on that. $75 is a lot of money, because probably won't make $75 off the video that I'm going to make with that body cam. But they send you an invoice before you've even paid it. They send you an invoice to ask you to pay. So when people are flashing invoices left, right, and centre, it doesn't necessarily mean that they've even paid it. It just means that that's the invoice. I'm just reluctant sometimes. I'm not casting aspersions on any particular channel. I don't know who's paid what for what, or who's got what, and who's done this and who's done that. But the other thing that I think we have to remember is these things do not belong to any YouTube channel. These things belong to the police department or whatever. They're not like the ownership of a YouTube channel, even if they've paid, I don't know, $75 for it or whatever. You don't own it. It's like, that's, you're paying that because you want that, because you want to show that to your subscribers. That's my way of looking at it anyway. So I've forgotten why I started saying this. Oh, so anyway, some new audios have dropped, and as I say, I did send off for them when I saw that they'd come out. And then I've listened to, mine haven't arrived, but I've listened to one particular audio where Jenn Soto is speaking, and Jenn Soto gets really quite upset. And it just occurred to me, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to listen to a mother whose daughter has been murdered crying and have people, because a lot of people hate Jenn Soto, think she had something to do with it, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And that's fine. That's your view. If that's what you think. But I don't think that. I think Jenn Soto is a fool. I do think she's a fool. I do think she didn't take enough care. I do think she's guilty of negligence, let's say, if she's guilty of anything. But I do not believe that Jenn Soto did anything bad to her daughter, in the sinister sense. And I believe that Jenn Soto, I know some people won't like this, but this is what I think. So I'm just telling you what I think. Whether you agree with me or not, that's your prerogative. But yeah, I don't want to be listening to on my channel showing an audio or broadcasting an audio of a mother crying about a murdered daughter, and people go, no, she definitely knew something about it. She should go to prison, blah, de, blah, de, blah. I think Jenn Soto will suffer for the rest of her life because her daughter was murdered by her own boyfriend. She will feel that guilt forever. Also, her whole life's been turned upside down. She's never getting Madeline back. It's all, they haven't had the court case yet. So, she's lost everything. And, whatever you think of her and what an idiot you might think she is or she isn't, that's not what my channel is about, as far as I'm concerned. If I can be a voice for a victim and, for the perpetrator and angry with the perpetrator, that's a whole different thing. But don't think that Jenn Soto is a perpetrator. I think Jenn Soto is a fool, and she was guilty of negligence. I will agree with that. Sending her daughter off to bed with Stefan. But I think we have to remember she did not know what Stefan was like. And I think what's also contributed to me feeling like that is because, I did the case of Danielle Smith this morning. Her parents didn't know that her uncle was a twonk. She spent a lot of time with it and nobody thought anything of it. I think this probably happens all the time with these twonks. They're good at grooming not only their victim, but also the families. So I'm not doing it. So I've taken a decision that until the actual trial, I don't think I'll be covering, unless something else comes up. It's nothing to do with Jenn. That maybe there's more audio of Stefan's come out or whatever. But, we're listening to audio and really people just sort of always just want to hate Jenn. That's what I found. And, I understand that because everybody cares about Madeline. In fact, I'm going to put a little picture up of Madeline, bless her. Madeline is constantly on my mind of what happened to her. It was awful. But I thought, but at the end of the day, I can go on to other cases. I can wake up in the morning, do my Spanish classes. But Jenn, her daughter, that is her daughter. And if you really think that Jenn does not care about what's happened to Madeline, I think if you listen to that audio, the latest audio, maybe you might change your mind. To me, I thought she sounded genuinely upset, genuinely distraught. And I don't know where Jenn's going to go from here, to be honest, because I don't know how she's going to get through all this. So, of course, this was all the family all together. And, Jenn said in the last interview that we listened to, she thought that Stefan loved Madeline like she did, like a father. She did. She literally. I honestly do believe she was oblivious. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any more Jenn. I don't want to Jenn baiting. I think Jenn is not a perfect mother. Nobody is, and maybe she did everything wrong, and maybe we should hate her. I don't know, but I don't hate her. I feel for her, to be honest, at the moment. I think she's got a very long road in front of her. She was already on bloody God knows what medications and that. What she'll be on now, who knows? I mean, she didn't know if she was coming or going then. Does she even get up in the morning now? So, no, I'm not doing it. So that's what I've decided. So that's something I just wanted to tell you about. We'll see. I'm going to, when I wait and see what the police send me, because you never know what you're going to get. There may be other things that I don't mind going through. I don't mind going through anything that's about against Stefan, because Stefan, to me, he is the perpetrator. He's the guilty one. I have no compunction about saying horrible things about him, but I don't want to be saying horrible things about Jenn when, she's not been charged with anything. I don't think she'll ever be charged with anything. And so that's what I wanted to say about that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was a very similar thing. Now, let me just see, what have I got that? Have I got a picture to put up? Is Sebastian Rogers. He again, you know what I think about this. He's got, it's all about drama, Seth against Katie and Chris Proudfoot. And recently it's been Nick the Hat and Dog the Bounty Hunter offered these big rewards, and and something I think we have to remember is it's easy. Sorry, I'm just gonna just poke in there because this is another one. It's like just as I was listening to my own video there, I think you've got like Dog the Bounty Hunter, Nick the Hat. It's like the characters out of a film or something, or characters out of a book. But this is a 15-year-old boy who's gone missing. Nobody knows where he is. He's got out so ridiculous, like nothing to do with Sebastian anymore. It's all, Dog the Bounty Hunter's jumped in on it, Nick the Hat. He's a YouTuber, of course, Bullshit Betty, they're all just like, what? What about Sebastian? Honestly, I hate it. I hate the drama that's evolved out of it. And, I just don't understand where it's so. We've got a situation now where Katie and Chris have had to take them all to court for harassment and stalking and things like that. Now, the thing is, if it turns out that Chris and Katie did have something to do with Sebastian's disappearance, that's fair enough, isn't it? But there is no evidence. The police have not declared them as suspicious. They've passed lie detector tests. So again, these are people that are missing their child, and everyone's crucifying them without any reason to. But and then I've listened to Chris talking this morning. He was on another YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about that in a minute on here. I've never really thought 100% that Katie and Chris did anything wrong. Again, they might not be perfect parents. I'm sure there's things that they've done wrong, like most parents have. But there's no proof that they actually have harmed Sebastian or, murdered him or done anything like that. So I'm calling time on that as well. To offer, I could sit here and say, I'm offering $50,000 reward for any information leading to Sebastian being found, but they're not actually putting any money up. What they're doing is saying they will, and it's easy to say that if you don't think that anything's ever going to come of it. I don't know, I just don't like the whole thing. And then there's Betty Bullshit, or whatever her name is, Seth looking like deputy. Oh, let me put his. I was sort of a bit stunned when I saw this photo, which was at the court case, because, of course, Chris Proudfoot and Katie have taken Bullshit Betty to court, haven't they? Because of stalking, harassment, etc. What's it got to do with her? It's not her son who's gone missing. Again, it's Seth. And it's Katie and Chris have to wake up every morning and think, where is our son? Can't turn off from it. It's not a story on YouTube. It's, their life, what they're actually going through. Oh, just let me show this, actually. So this just going back. This was the pool. The pool was empty when I went there earlier. It was absolutely beautiful. But sorry, totally went off the point there. But I forgot I had that picture of the pool. So yeah, Chris and Katie have been hauled over the coals, accused of this, that, and the other. And this was the picture after the court case. Good Tony, bloody phony Tony. Look at this picture. Honest to God, when I saw this picture, I thought, am I living in some sort of parallel universe? So Tony's smiling. Well, I don't like Tony anyway, Tony the phony. I still have no idea why he's got involved in this case. What is he giving to it? What is he contributing? And there he is, look at him grinning like, he's on, it's like, I don't know, like his profile photo for Plenty of Fish or something. Why is he grinning? You know, why is he grinning so much? They're there for a court case. It's supposed to be serious. They're talking about a 15-year-old boy who's gone missing, most likely is deceased. And there he's grinning like that. And then she's grinning a little bit. Bullshit Betty. Oh, sorry, Charlie. No, hi, Charlie. Seth looks like Deputy Dog, doesn't he? That when I saw that photo, I just thought, he looks like Deputy Dog. It's just crazy. It's what I mean. So it's gone crazy, this case, but it's a true, you know, this is a boy who's missing. I just don't. And you know what? All the things that Seth has said about Katie and Chris Proudfoot, they've never criticised him, you know, and they still don't. And this was brought up, I'm going to tell you in a minute, when I was listening to the Cluminati this morning, which is another YouTube channel, but they're anti-Seth and pro Chris Proudfoot. You know, because this is it, the YouTube channels, again, well, it used to be a lot more in favour of Seth. Seth's not so popular now, is he, amongst the YouTube channels? I don't know. There's only Betty, Bullshit Betty, who supports Seth, I think, now. Whereas in the beginning, it was Seth appearing on all the YouTube channels, slagging off Katie and Chris Proudfoot. So everybody hated Katie and Chris. So that's all sort of changed a little bit now, isn't it? But, you know, it's a very, very strange. Look at Annie. Don't you think he looks like Deputy Dog? Let me find a picture to it. Maybe I'm showing my age there now. Maybe nobody knows who Deputy Dog was. Here we go. Let me show you this. I've got to take that out a minute. It's just, as soon as I saw the picture, I thought that's bloody Seth. Or that's Deputy Dog. And of course, Seth is law enforcement, isn't he? But that, you know, it's just like, I think I'm not supposed to be laughing because this is supposed to be about a 15-year-old boy who's missing. You know, I'm not supposed to be laughing. But I am. So very strange. Very strange. It's a very strange situation, I think. So let's find the. I've got to try and find the video again now. Oh, there it is. He really gives me the creeps, that guy. Yeah, and you know, I'm not a fan of Tony's anyway. There's something creepy about Tony, and especially like looking at this photo. Why is he smiling? Why is he smiling? You know, it's not like a birthday party. You know, they're there at court. So very odd, this whole situation. Bullshit Betty in the middle, Seth looking like Deputy Dog. So they were all there at this court hearing that Chris and Katie had, I think, you know, I don't know. I've lost track of the whole story because there's too much of it now. Too much drama that's nothing to do with Sebastian. But what struck me about that photo is Tony, it's like he's grinning, like he's in Turkey having his turkey teeth done. He's just like it's, you know, it's some holiday. Yeah, it looks like he's been to Turkey to have his teeth done. Oh, dear me. It's mad. It's mad. You know, not about a missing 15-year-old boy. Let me put a picture of Sebastian up, actually. You know, he's all that matters. And all this drama surrounding it. So anyway, I don't know if you saw any of the pictures from the court case, but Chris had, you know, they were taking a picture of Chris and Katie's surreptitious pictures. Chris looked like unrecognisable from how he looked before. You could tell he was annoyed that people were taking his photo. I might be able to find the photos to show you because they've been all over Twitter. And then just let me see, let me find these pictures. Yeah, he just looks so different on there from how he looked before, and I think it's taken its toll. So again, with Chris Proudfoot and Katie, there's no evidence that they've done anything wrong to Sebastian. People just decided immediately after Sebastian. I've just realised I think I left the picture of Sebastian up, so you probably didn't see the picture of Chris Proudfoot, so I'll find it again now. Yeah, I've got to take that out. How do I do that? Okay, I'll find it. They're on Twitter, the photos. Let me find it. I don't know if you've seen them or not. But at this court case for the stalking, Katie was there, Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot. So I've just got to find them now on Twitter. I realised I left, right. So this was Katie in the courtroom. Credit to JLR showed these photos. I don't know who took them. I don't think it was him, but somebody must have taken them and sent them to him. So this was Katie in the courtroom. And then there's a picture of, there's Seth. He's taken his hat off there, his deputy dog hat off. He's got his ponytail or his plait at the back. And then this is Chris Proudfoot, who looks really unrecognisable, doesn't he? From how he looked before. And look at he knows someone's taking a picture of him there. I tell you what, if he would have given him a mouthful, he didn't, as it happened, I suppose, because he was in the court. But you can tell he's not very happy there. And you wouldn't be, would you? So you sat in court for a stalking case, someone's taking a fucking photo of you on their phone. You wouldn't be happy, would you? I certainly wouldn't be happy. And he was saying on the Cluminati YouTube video that I was listening to this morning, he popped up on the video. He just came in and started talking. She always, he quite often goes on the Cluminati one, but he hasn't been on any for ages. And, he was saying, like, it's just exhausting. People are always wanting to take photos of them wherever they are. They can't do anything, go anywhere without people have got the camera out and taking a photo of them. But he does look different, doesn't he, from how he looked before? If you can remember, I've got let me show you. Oh, it's not sharing. Sorry, hang on. Why is it not sharing? I've got to add it to screen. There you go. There's the photo of, everyone's asking me to share. Everybody's saying hi, Fluffy. Everyone's saying I'm not sharing, sorry. So let's start again. So this is the picture of Chris Proudfoot. And if you remember what he looked like, or other pictures that we've seen of him, I think I might have a picture of him somewhere. Have I got a picture of him? Let's see. He looks very different. I think, and honestly, if you listen to him talking on the Illuminati video, I can't find a photo of him. My computer's gone all weird. Hang on. Well, I might have one here. Yeah, he said it's just exhausting. Let me show you this. So this was a picture of him when Sebastian first went missing, him and Katie. Katie didn't look too bad, but she did look really solemn. You know, I mean, again, this is another mother whose son's disappeared, and there's no evidence to show that she's done anything to him. And if you listen to the Illuminati video, that if you listen to him talking, he was very measured, very level, and you know, he just sounded exhausted, to be honest, with the whole thing. So there you go, that's him. I'll show you the picture of Katie. There's Seth with his ponytail. There's Tony Mathis, Phony Tony, in the TikTok Tony, JLR calls him. And then there's and there's Katie in the courtroom. So somebody's surreptitiously taken all these photos in the courtroom, and you know, here's me, I'm sharing them, which is probably wrong, I don't know, but I'm surprised they were allowed to do that in the courtroom. But I think the one who looks the most pissed off, I mean, look at his face. I mean, I don't blame him. You know, imagine everywhere you go, somebody's trying to get a sneaky picture of you. He could see this person taking a photo of him and he's giving them a dirty look. Is that not, are you allowed to do that? You know, I think you are you? If it's outside, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the laws are, but it just seems a little bit, you know, a little bit unfair to me. What do other people think? Yeah, he does look like he's put on a bit of weight. He does look completely different, doesn't he? I think it's the stress. David, yeah. TikTok Tony. So, you know, but I don't know what the reason for that would be. Maybe he's just not going out much. I don't know. Exactly, Charlie. Maybe he's taking solace in eating and drinking. So it's a shame, I think. Let's look at the other picture again. So yeah, his hair's completely different. His hair's grown, hasn't it? Unless he had it tied behind him there, I don't know. But yeah. In fact, people at first, they were saying, no, it's not him, but it is him. So let's go back to the chit chat. Hey, so it's me, Vicki Marie. Oh, no, don't. And I'm recording this. It must have been, now Katie was the last person to see him. I can understand why people feel suspicious. Maybe Katie did do something. I don't know. But all I do know is the police have not charged them with anything. They've taken lie detector tests. Yeah, this it's on. Let's have a look at this. So if we have a look at JLR's Twitter. So this is Katie at the court. Oh, you've got to get, you again, this is a mother whose son has gone missing. You know, on there everybody's down on her and everything. You know, maybe she did do something, but there's no proof that she did do anything. You know, these are mothers like Jenn, they're mothers who have lost their children, and until anything's proven that they're guilty of anything, as far as I'm concerned, that's what they are. Mothers who have lost their children. So this is Tony. He was there. TikTok, Tony Mathis. JR doesn't have much time for Tony. There's Seth with his ponytail at the back. And here's Chris, and he looks annoyed there, and I don't blame him because he's probably realising somebody's taking a picture of him. Imagine, sorry, you've just been through all this, you've got to go through it again because it's on the chit chat. And if everywhere you go somebody's trying to get a sneaky picture of you, see what you look like. Are you looking sad enough? Are you, oh no, you just don't look sad enough. You know, you're not looking distraught enough. You can't care about Sebastian. But this is their son. Yeah, it's Seth's son, it's Katie's son, biological son, and it's Chris Proudfoot's stepson. And whatever anyone says, from what I've heard Chris Proudfoot speaking, I don't think he's done anything to Sebastian. I personally think Sebastian may have just walked out that house, or somebody took him out that house and has him safe somewhere. I hope so. Or maybe just ran away. Yeah, and unfortunately, I would play you the video, the Cluminati, but I've written to her before and asked if I can use her videos, and she never answered. You know, she didn't say yes or no. So I don't want to use it and then to copyright strike me or whatever. So unless she actually gives me the permission. So, yeah, he was there on her stream. I was listening to it this morning, and I found it very poignant what he was saying. You know, he said we're just getting by day by day. The house, the house don't feel the same. We're missing Sebastian. Whatever people think, I love Sebastian. And Katie loves Sebastian, and we just want him to come home. But honestly, he was very genuine sounding. I think, you know, before, I think what he did is he got so angry, didn't he, in the beginning, because people were saying such horrible things. I think he's gone past that now. He's gone past the anger. You know, it's like he sounded just defeated. You know, it was very sad. You know, there's been many cases just recently of autistic children, teenagers, just running away and being found, unfortunately, deceased in water, or one was found on a mountain, or, you know, this is unfortunately sometimes what happens. Now, if you tell me that Chris looks okay there, I don't agree that he does. Sorry, I just don't. Anyway, I don't know if any of you watch Cluminati, which is another YouTube channel. So again, the YouTube channels have just got crazy, haven't they? Because they're all arguing with each other. Again, you know, I can't be doing with this. They seem to sort of take sides. Some YouTube channels are on Seth's side. Some YouTube channels like Cluminati and J for Justice, they're on Katie and Chris's side, if you can call it a side. There are no sides. The only side I'm on is Sebastian's. I don't understand all this shit from bullshit Betty. I can't bear Tony. Seth, I just don't know what he's playing at, getting involved with these people. You know, honestly, that's how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm just being honest as to how I feel. All I want to see is Sebastian home, safe and well. That's all. That's all that matters. Whoever brings him home. Now, so Cluminati last night, I think it was last night, like American night, but I listened to it this morning. I was listening. I used to listen to her more, but I've gone off, you know, I've become distanced from the Sebastian Rogers case, not because I don't care about Sebastian, but because I don't don't like all this drama and arguing between the, YouTubers again, but I did think it was a big development when the FBI announced a $50,000 reward, and then Dog the Bounty Hunter got involved. He's supposed to have offered some reward, and then this Nick the Hat, but apparently he's been told he can't talk about Sebastian anymore, at least for a little while, because Katie and Chris, they're pissed off and they've been taking people to court. I don't blame them, to be honest. I'm surprised it's taken so long, because Sebastian went missing in February and we're now in September. I'm surprised it's taken them so long to take all these idiots to court. But anyway, Chris came into the chat. Now, I've heard Chris a few times in chats, different chats, and most of them were right at the beginning, and he was a bit sort of volatile, wasn't he? But I don't blame him, because he was being accused of this, that, and the other. And then anyway, he came into Cluminati's chat, and I'm not playing it because I did approach Cluminati or send her an email a while ago about another time, I think, when Chris was in there, and I asked her if I could use her video, to show, and she never answered. So if she didn't answer, I'm not going to show the video and have her give me a copyright strike. You just never know with people. There's a lot of arseholes out there, I've realised. So I'm not going to do that. But just to so if you want to see the actual video, find Cluminati's YouTube channel, and it's quite a long stream, and Chris comes on about halfway through this stream, and I was listening to him talking, and I was so touched, because he was saying now it's hard for him, it's hard for Katie. They both love Sebastian. People don't seem to understand, but it's people's right to say what they want to say. But he just saying, every day is a torment, and Sebastian's. Anyway, to me, it came over very genuine. You can make your own mind up. But again, with Sebastian and Katie, just the same as with Jenn Soto, I'm decided I am not here as a YouTube channel to poke fun or take the piss out of people whose children are missing. If it turns out that they've got something to do with him being missing, that's a different matter. As soon as I know they've done something to Sebastian, just the same as if I found out for sure that Jenn Soto had done something to Madeline, apart from being an idiot, that's a different matter. But that is not what my channel is for. That's what I've decided. I've thought hard and long lately about where I'm. My intention of doing my channel in the very first place was to tell stories of crimes, tell victims stories, make sure they're not forgotten. I'm not here to have a go at parents whose children are dead or missing. So that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm doing. And lots of other channels will do it. You can, if that's what you want, then I'm sorry, you won't find it here. And I'm determined that unless there's any real evidence against either Jenn Soto or Chris or Katie Proudfoot, I won't be, slagging them off on my channel. So what was the next thing to say? So I'm getting all this off my chest, getting it all off my chest while I can, because I think it's important. To be honest, it has got me down lately. YouTube in general has got me down. Trolls, people who you thought were nice turn out not to be nice, having a go at each other, can't respect somebody else's opinion, all that kind of thing. It's quite. I take all those things to heart. I don't understand it. That is not my channel either. So, that's why I put the reminder out on my community. Just a reminder, there are a few rules to my chat. And if people don't want to abide by the rules of my chat, they don't think I should have rules. Or maybe they don't, they think I should let people say whatever they want, even when it's, saying horrible things to me or to the other chatters. Well, it's just not going to happen. This is my channel, and ultimately, as much as it's for me and you chatters, and I love 99% of my chatters are so nice, and they would never dream of calling each other names or just accept people's opinions, even when it's not their opinion. That's the important thing. You are not, nobody, including me, nobody is right all the time. It's like you might think you are, like I think I am. I have my views, I have my convictions. I don't mean prison convictions. I have my convictions of what I believe is right and what I don't believe is right. And I always try to be fair and go, look at all sides of everything. Probably sometimes I fail in that because I'm a human being. I have my own persuasions. But I have nothing against anybody else saying what they think on my channel, as long as they accept that everybody can say what they like, and just because somebody doesn't agree with them doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means they're different. Their views are not wrong. Your views are not right. They're right for you. The other person's views are right for them. But nobody can speak for everybody. Nobody can. So let's have a look. So I just wanted to see. So I put a post up, asking as well whether people preferred lives, premieres, scripted videos, etc. And the resounding answer was a bit of each. So that's what I'm going to do, a bit of each. So sometimes I will do lives, sometimes I will do scripted videos, and sometimes I will do premieres. I like the ones where I can, like this now. I've recording this video early. When it comes on later live, I will still be here, so I can jump in, say something, respond to people in the chat, etc. But the video is recorded earlier, so sometimes that helps because I can then concentrate on the chat. Or then maybe you won't hear the dog barking. No, you probably will still hear the dog barking because it's still live, but you won't hear the dog barking on this video that I'm recording now. So all those little things, because sometimes, because I've got to find a way of doing YouTube, one that I enjoy, because if I don't enjoy it, then I'm not going to want to do it. And that's how I was feeling in the end, with some things that happened last week. I was thinking, why am I even doing this? I put hours and hours. Honestly, I do. I'm not just saying that. And I'm not even complaining about it because I enjoy doing my YouTube channel. But I put hours of work into it, and more work than I should, because I should put more work into the job that actually sort of pays the bills, which is my Spanish teaching. Because I know people think you earn a fortune on YouTube, but believe me, you don't. And anyone who wants to see what people earn on YouTube, go on Social Blade. That will tell you what any YouTuber is earning, and it won't be what you think it is. So, there's this sort of weird sort of, I don't know, sometimes it's from people who don't even work themselves, or it's from people who they won't get out of bed for what you earn on YouTube. They wouldn't work for nothing. And they're always the ones that are critical, so it was starting. It's really, really, I've got to say that this week, leading up to sort of today, to this weekend, because I think there were some heavy stories as well. It was the Southport stabbings. There was some very sad, stories that I was telling, and it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to tell those stories, but I am a true crime channel. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an advocate for victims. I wanted to tell victim stories so they wouldn't be forgotten. You know, that's what I want to do. And but then sort of, you know, sometimes other things that I've done, and you know, I'm also interested in politics. And I know politics is a contentious subject, but for God's sake, people on my channel are grown adults, you know, and they can't even just respect somebody else's point of view. Well, they're going, you know, they've gone, to be honest. You know, anyone who is nasty to another chatter just because they've got a different view to them, they're not going to stay on my channel. So I'll make it easy for them. They don't have to decide not to watch. I'll make it easy for them and make it, well, they can watch, but they can't participate because I'm not having that. So not against me, not against anybody else. So yeah, this week is probably the nearest. Sometimes I have come close to just thinking, why am I even doing this? But anyway, I'm still here. I'm still here. And then this love, you know, that I do love chatting. I've had some lovely chats yesterday, and that you know, I do it because I enjoy it. I don't do it because I don't enjoy it. You know, so that's what I want to do. I want us all to enjoy it. So the important thing to me is not only that I enjoy it, but of course that's important, because otherwise, what's the point of me even doing it? But also I want my chatters to enjoy it. And, you know, for the hours that I put in, I do expect to earn some money from it, you know, from monetization, or you know, memberships. People send me coffees, or, you know, PayPal me. I appreciate all that, because, you know, it's important for me. I'm not in a position, unfortunately, you know, where I can just say, oh, it doesn't matter about the money. It does matter about the money, because I have bills to pay. I have, you know, a household to run, etc. That's, I do, and I have, and that's my fault. That's nobody else's fault. I have a sort of, how can I say, step back a bit from the Spanish class, and I've got to get back up with that and put more hours into that, because I have, oh, my neighbours are in now, so they'll have saved the dog, hopefully, from the roof. You know, that would be, you know, so but it's funny, because when a subject comes up that I want to talk about, there's loads of cases in my head that I want to talk about. You know, I finally did the Danielle Jones case this morning. I've been wanting to do that for ages. Now I just want to say I'm just having a little vent. I just felt like one. Every now and again, you know, I was just listening to myself there thinking, oh my God, you did have a little vent. But you know what? There you go. It was obviously in my mind. It's been in my mind for a little while now. So this sort of chit chat, people are probably thinking, oh my God, because I keep thinking to myself, oh, I'm not going to put so many hours into the, you know, it's only me who's doing it. Nobody's making me do it. But it's like, I keep coming back to it, because there's always a story that I want to tell, or, you know, a case that I want to talk about, or there's all, you know, and I love it. It's not that I don't like it. I'm not saying that either. But I don't know. I was almost talking to myself there, isn't it? It's like telling myself to not put so much into it. But then I know then tomorrow it'll just be like, I think I'll just do a quick video. You know, sorry for going on so much. Yeah, but I like talking about politics, Maggie. You should be able to speak with grown adults about politics, you know, without people getting all aerated, you know. But yeah, politics is sometimes, I think that, but I like politics. The whole point of, you know, really that's what makes the channel enjoyable for me, is because sometimes I want to come on and talk about politics. And, you know, there's loads of people have different views on my channel. Loads of people will say, oh, no, I don't agree with that. Or you know, Trump 2024. And then somebody else said, oh, no, I want Kamala. Or, you know, we should not, nobody on my channel's probably under the age of 30. So why can't they just have normal conversations? This is what I'm trying to say. Is you know, there will sometimes I can tell you now, I will be covering the American elections and things because I find them interesting, and I know a lot of people that are watching find them interesting. So, I don't think it's up to me to not put out topics that are controversial. I think it's up to the people that are watching to, if they don't like that topic, or they don't like the views, or they don't like the views of the other people, it's up to them to deal with it. It's not up to me to think, oh, I can't put this up because it might be too controversial. Sometimes I've done videos about something where you think there'd be nothing controversial and somebody's come on and said something. So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the videos that I find interesting. If people find it too controversial, that they can't cope with it, or they can't accept other people's views, then it's them who have to click out. I watch Katie Hopkins quite a lot. I don't agree with everything she says, believe me. But occasionally I watch them and I think, oh yeah, I quite like that. I like what she's saying, or whatever. Or any person that I watch on YouTube, any creator that I watch, I don't agree with everything they say, but I don't go on and go, oh no, I don't agree with that, and blah, 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 or start having a go at the other chat, at people that are in the chat. I mean, I rarely join in the chat, to be honest, but I don't go on there and start attacking other people in the chat. That's what the chat is for, to give you views, and not for. And if I'm watching a video that I particularly don't like, because sometimes Katie's videos are very right wing and I'm very left wing, really, I suppose. I just click out of it. I just don't watch that one. Watch the next one. I don't go on there and give her a big mouthful, or whoever people that are agreeing with her. That's, so no, I am going to do videos that I find interesting and that I think people will find interesting. It's mainly true crime, but yeah, every now and again I like a little bit of politics. And people, grown adults, in the chat, aren't they? Yeah, well, no, not that. It's not a problem for me, Maggie, to be honest. The problem is when people, because I know it was horrible, but and it is unpleasant, but then it does help, without going into it all. It wasn't the first time, and it wasn't only about politics. That wasn't an isolated incident. There'd been other incidents, not even anything to do with politics. Sometimes people can't accept other people's point of view, whatever it is. Like say with with Jenn Soto. One person thinks she's guilty of something and somebody thinks she isn't. Those are opinions. So people are entitled to think what they want, but sometimes people can't even accept things like that. So, how can I put it? I'm happy for someone who can't do that to not watch my channel. I just mean that. I really do mean that. People have to be able to accept other views, including me. Sometimes I have to just skate past what people say and just think, oh, well, that's their opinion. You can't force someone to think the same as you. I would definitely be covering. So the American, yeah. So don't you ever set me off, but it's just I would definitely be covering the American elections, and some people will get aerated because whoever wins, somebody's not going to be happy, because some people, politics is divisive, but I've got a degree in politics. I studied politics at university. I love politics. We were taught to debate, not to argue. I met people of all different political persuasions at university, and somehow we managed to get on okay. So yeah, Right, let's listen to the end of this chit chat. As I say, I think I'll do something uncontroversial next time, like religion. There's a few things I'd like to say about the Pope, but I've been really good about that. And I don't want to be, when I do a video, I don't do it because I think it'll get loads of clicks. I don't even think about that at all. When I do a video about a case, I'm really thinking, oh, I want to tell this story because I think it's an interesting story or an important story. And sometimes people ask me, will you do this, or will you do this timeline on this case, or can you talk about that? And if you're a member, you're allowed, I will do cases that members ask me to do. But that's because somebody's asked me to do it. Most of the time I just do what I think that you might find interesting. I don't do it for subscribers. I don't do it for views. I don't do it for any of that. I do it because I think it's interesting. And if in that, right, sorry about that. There's bangers going off. You're going to get this over next week. I'm going to put it back. Hey, no. Yeah, whatever. Always got to get the last word, haven't I? Go on. So's ear-splitting bark, bless her. But yeah, the bloody hell, they just put bangers out for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So I hope that didn't split your eardrums too much. I'm just going to go back a little bit because I can't remember. You might not have heard that. I appreciate all that because, it's important for me. I'm not in a position, unfortunately, where I can just say, oh, it doesn't matter about the money. It does matter about the money because I have bills to pay. I have, a household to run, etc. Up that I want to talk, do this, or will you do this timeline on this case, or can you talk about that? And if you're a member, you're allowed. Yeah, now I'm going to play that again at the end of this in a minute. But yeah, the thing is, for me, when I make a video, I am literally not thinking, oh, I'm going to make that video because it'll get a load of clicks, or and just make it because I'm interested in it, or I think you guys will be interested in it. And it's not like, oh, just need to do that bit. Keep, I think I go on to say about the Jay Slater case. There's not a lot to say. There's nothing to say about Jay Slater at the moment, except, as I said, there is a little bit that I may do a video on Jay Slater next week. But, I don't see the point in just keep doing the same video. What I'm trying to say is, when I put a video out, I don't know if it's going to get loads of clicks or not. I don't know if sometimes I put videos out that I think people will be interested in and they're not. Or sometimes I put videos out that I don't think anyone will be interested in. But I still want to do it like this, I suppose, a little chit chat rant thing. And then people are interested. I don't know what's going to capture people's interest or not. I have no idea. And I don't think about that when I make a video. That's what I'm trying to say. I think about that. I've got something to say. It's normally I want to say something about something, or I don't know, or it's something I'm interested in. It's a case that's been haunting me. And when I say a case that's haunting me, that is literally how it is. Sometimes with the true crime stuff, with the victims, it's like I can't get them out of my head until I've done a video. It's like literally they are by my side. I dream about them. It's like, and then when I've done the video and put the video out, that stops. So that's a very strange thing. They literally do sometimes. A case will pop into my head and I'll think, oh, I must do a video about that. And then that's it then. Until I actually do the video, I can't stop thinking about this person, and I dream about them and all sorts. So that's, but I don't think, oh, that case will get a lot of clicks. I think, oh, that case is an interesting case that needs remembering, or maybe it's an anniversary, or maybe there's something that links to another case that I've just done. So these are the reasons that I choose what I'm going to do with videos. And sometimes it is politics or whatever. And I always know before I'm going to do a politics video, I do know that it's going to cause, I sort of dread it in a way, but I want to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm not going to not do things that I want to do because I'm not sure how grown adults' reaction will be. I do think it's important that people, that people make their own choice. And that's it, Maggie. I totally agree. That liquidizer one, it's awful. And yeah, if people don't think they can watch something or it's not for them, this is what I'm saying, but it wouldn't stop you ever. Well, I hope it wouldn't stop you ever watching me again just because of one video. This is what I'm trying to explain. It's like the YouTube channels that I like. I watch them, and then if a video starts and I think, oh, I'm not really interested in this, I just come out of it and go on to the next one. That's how it is. YouTube's like, it's like you've got all these channels. I mean, millions of channels, really, haven't you? And everything that you can imagine, and then there's some channels that I watch. I like some of the things they do. I don't like other things they do because I can't go into it because that could get, if it's a YouTuber that I quite like, but there may be some things that they do that I don't like, so I just watch the ones I like. And if I'm watching one of their videos and it's not for me, I just click out of it, I suppose. I feel like I do need to explain, which is funny, isn't it, really? You're right, Tracy, I shouldn't have to explain, really, but there you go. I will do cases that members ask me to do, but that's because somebody's asked me to do it. Most of the time, I just do what I think that you might find interesting. I don't do it for subscribers, I don't do it for clicks, I don't do it for any of that. I do it because I think it's interesting. And if in that, when I put out a video, people are interested and a lot of people click on it, that's great. That's an extra for me. It's not the prime reason why I do the channel or why I choose the videos that I choose to do. It'd be easy. I haven't done a video about Jay Slater for ages. I know I could do a video tomorrow about Jay Slater, talk a right load of rubbish, and there'd be loads of people would watch it. Because people are interested in that. But I haven't got anything new to say about Jay, though I might have a little new thing to say about him next week. But, in general, there's nothing different from what there was. So why am I going to do a video about it and just make something up? I'm not going to do that. So there you go. So have I got everything off my chest? So this chit chat tonight was a little bit getting things off my chest. Now, when I play this video later in the live, of course, then I'll be able to, I'm sure people will have things to say about it. I don't care what people say, as long as it's respectful. You can disagree with things I've said, you can agree with them. Honestly, I really, really do not care if people don't agree with me. Don't mean that in a bad way. I appreciate that people have different views. Everyone is, as long as people don't try and make me agree with them. Sometimes I think that's what happens. People like my channel, which is great. And then as soon as I do a case about something they don't agree with, it's like, oh, what's Vicki doing saying that? Oh no, I don't agree with that. And they get quite angry with me. Or, but yeah, I have my views. Sometimes you'll agree with them, sometimes you won't. and I hope you'll stick with me, even if you don't agree with me, and maybe you'll say, "Oh, Vicky, I don't agree with that. I think it's fine." But don't go, and start calling people names, or as has happened recently. Just if you don't agree with someone, just get over it. But most people on my channel are grown adults, and not, if you think have you gone through your life with everybody agreeing with you all the time? Well, you've been lucky as far as that. Maybe they just didn't want to admit they didn't agree with you. Just let people have their views. Nobody is the king of the truth. Anyway, or queen, of course. So I think that's all I wanted to say. But when I play this video later, there might be other things come up, and yeah, I will say goodbye to you on there. So I'm just going to finish this. Bye. Oh, so there you go. That was my little ranty chit chat that I recorded. That was the one that I recorded earlier. I do feel better though that I've got it all. It's funny, isn't it? Because as YouTube now become like, when I was a kid, I used to always write a diary. In fact, all my life, I've written a diary or a journal or something like that, and now it's YouTube. Just like, when I feel like getting it all out, get on YouTube, say what you think, But yeah, it's funny because I do feel so much better since I got all that out. Probably, I think I feel better because it's cooler as well, because it's 21 degrees as opposed to 31 degrees as it was literally just a few days ago. Sticking like super glue. Oh dear me. So all you don't forget to send in your pictures of pets, because in the first week of October we're going to have a fun night, aren't we? We're going to have quite a few of you sent in your pictures of pets, but I'm sure there's more of you out there that have got pets that haven't sent them in yet. And we're going to do a live stream where we look at the pets. So we have a quiz about animals, a fun quiz about animals. And that's what we're going to do the first week in October. Now, as far as cases or things coming up, I know there's something in the news that I want to talk about, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. Apart from that, I can't think of anything else to say that I need to. Oh, hi, Bertan. You're a little bit late, Bertan. I'm just finishing. You have to go on replay crew. I went swimming twice, Tracy. You're going to have to catch up as well, aren't you? Because, thank you, Moonbeam. Yeah, that's what, like, Maggie. Yeah, the same. Oh, yeah, I'm not expecting you've all changed your pets over from last year. But yeah, new pics of the pets. It could be the same pets that you had last year, or maybe some people have got new pets that they didn't have last year. Yeah, because we did I think it was about this time of year we did this as well last time, wasn't it? So yeah, Tracy went swimming twice. And if you do a rewind on the video, I'll tell you about it. Okay, so I'm going, but I will be back tomorrow. What is it? Hasta la vista, baby. I'll definitely be back tomorrow at some point. So thanks for yeah, Mello, you're probably lucky you missed most of it, but maybe you'll go back and watch it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, really. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and have a good evening. Take care of you, because you are the most important person, remember. And I'll see you all really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Adios. Bye-bye. And yeah, don't forget to catch up. Bye. Oh, I've got to find my little video to put on, haven't I? Bye.